Hi, hello.
Hello?
Is this Moniz?
Hey, this is she.
Hey,
Tommy?
Moniz. This is Tommy Bryson. How are you?
Pretty good. I didn't know if the meeting was at 5:30 or right now.
Yes, it's right now. Before we get
Right.
started, though, I just want to tell you this call is gonna be recorded and potentially uploaded. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's
All right.
alright.
How can
You
I
may
help?
hear a lot of background noise.
That's fine.
Okay. So, in my description, I had wrote that I'm pretty much financially illiterate and I'm struggling to find like good books and resources for that. I do find a lot of like open source courses from Harvard
Mhm.
and all that. I don't know how to apply those things, and then also just
Mhm.
regular life responsibilities and trying to make the best decisions that I can. I came across commission based um, work, and
Mhm.
I feel like I can do it, but I've never done it before. I'm not against it, um, but I'm also looking for like advice with that on how to actually make good profit and start bringing my family back out of debt.
Mhm. Okay.
Um,
All right. So it sounds like my name is Moniz. I'm 24 years old. I'm financially illiterate. I just want to get into some commission based work just now, and I'm also
yeah,
in debt, and I want to kind of figure out how to basically get out of it. Does that make sense? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, yeah,
All right. So first question is, do you have kids?
yeah.
How many?
I have one,
Okay.
and
So
he's a little over a year.
okay, he's a little over a year. And do you live with your mom, with your parents, or just on your own?
I live with family,
With
my
family.
sister, and
Okay. And all right. So what's this commission based job you're talking about?
it's pretty much sales for solar panels. People make inquiries
I
about
I
it,
I'm
and
sorry.
then call us.
I can't hear you that well. Is there like a way you can find like a little better area?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Just speak up a little bit.
All right.
All
It's
right.
pretty much sales for solar panels. We
Mhm.
contact people who made inquiries about it in the past and just try to sell them on it. And yeah, pretty much it.
Okay. I remember I did an
Not
interview for one of those companies. Does it come with a base salary or no?
no, not this one.
How much debt do you have?
Let's see. I would say close to about maybe 40,000, maybe
And
50,000. And that's
what's the breakdown on that?
so school is about half of that, and then
How much is
I
it
have
exactly?
about $23,000, and then my car is also about $22,000.
Your
And
car?
then yes,
So school is how much?
my school debt is about $24,000,
24,000, and the car is how much?
about 22,000.
22,000. And what's your current income?
I don't. I just started my commission job. Well, I just started on Monday. This coming Monday.
And before that, what were you doing to earn money?
I was working at UPS during the season for like a personal driver for delivery. I use my
Mhm.
own car for delivery for UPS. I don't know
Oh,
how
how much money were you making per month?
I would say maybe 2,000 at least, but it
Two
wasn't a
thousand
lot.
dollars a month.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot.
Okay.
And half of that went to daycare, and then the rest of that went to my bills.
Okay. And there's no way for your family to help you with the kids, or you have to do daycare.
So they already do help me with the kids. I already just stay with them.
Okay.
Everybody works.
What have you registered for all the government programs you qualify for?
Yes,
Okay, good.
yes.
All right. So here's what I would do, right? Um, so first off, this is not that bad. I don't want you to think, well, my situation is impossible. I have $50,000 in debt. I have no income. I'm starting a job where I won't make income unless I make a sale. It sounds like crazy, but it's not that bad. And you have like a baby. That's fine. Like all these things, although they seem like it's a lot, it is manageable once you break things down like little by little and you try to address one thing at a time. But if you take a look at the whole picture and try to focus on the whole picture, that's when you become stressed and maybe you have a little anxiety. But the first thing I would do, right, I would always start with the education factor. You say you're having a hard time finding things about financial literacy. The first book I would read, it would be The Millionaire Mind by Edgar T. Harv, or it's called The Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by Edgar T. Harv. Second book would be The Richest Man in Babylon. And the third book would be I'm a Badass at Making Money. These three books, if you're not that great of a reader or you don't like reading, just get Audible. There's a trial for 30 days. And if you can't afford it, just cancel, but you can still read those books, or at least two of them in those like 30 days, okay? And you kind of get the
And what was that
information.
first book?
It's called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind.
Okay.
Now these books, honestly, like they're just ways to like change the way you think and the way you perceive money. That's really all it is, but it's not really like action-based steps and so on. Now, as far as this commission job, I'm not gonna tell you, you know what, you shouldn't do it because this and that. But I'll tell you, just give it a try. Try it for a week or two or a month, and understand though that your priority right now is to have some solid, concrete form of income. So if you are working there and after like a month you're not making any money whatsoever because maybe that's not like in line with your skills, then consider getting a job, a normal job like the one at UPS or whatever, where you make some money and then use the rest of the money. You know, I could say here, well, you use the rest of the money, which might be left over, maybe like $1,000 left over. You try to pay off this debt little by little, and if you pay $1,000 and you do it, for example, $50,000, it's gonna take you like around like 50 months, which is like a long ass time, honestly. So and I wouldn't do it like that. So my priority would be, well, what can I do as Moniz, a 24-year-old, while I'm making this extra money to kind of like survive? What can I do in the meantime? The first thing would kind of be like, I'm gonna try to upgrade my skills because that's gonna give you the highest return. Now, you did say you went to school. What did you go to school for?
So I went to school for kinesiology and psychology. Then I went into the military. I'm in school again right now for EMS.
For
I completely
ELS?
switched EMS, Emergency Medical Services.
And how long till you finish?
May of this year. I start classes next week
You finish by May of next year, or
of this year.
of this year. And how much money are you gonna make per month?
Uh, However much I make from commissions. I haven't even thought that far out, honestly.
Wait, you're
I
going
just
to college for EMS? Isn't that like the EMS?
it's like EMT, like paramedics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't have a
paramedics.
certification yet.
Yeah, but once you get their certification, that's like a salary based job, or is it based on commission? What do you mean?
It's a salary based job.
Yeah, so I'm asking how much. You don't know how much you'll make?
I'm thinking maybe medium 40,000.
All right, you got to
I
find
really
out
don't
what
know.
you're getting yourself into, cause um college is like an investment. So no
Yeah.
one makes an investment without like wanting results, and if there are no results or the results don't make any sense, you just don't make it. It's just logical. So if you're gonna do
Mm.
EMS, which I know people that do it and make a good amount of money, understand, hey, how much money can I earn from this? Right? Find this information out, and then if you're making like $3,000, $4,000, then that might mean, for example, hey, I can knock off this debt a lot sooner. Now, because you were in the military, are they paying for your schooling or no?
They're paying about 900 a month, and it may be a little lower because I'm not a full time student
Okay.
for
And
BAH.
so are you getting into debt right now?
No, because of financial aid, and then
Okay.
the post 9/11, and
Awesome.
then also just a grant.
Yeah,
So
awesome, awesome. So look, so again, my priority here would kind of be like, if that is the case and you're kind of going through school for free and it's till May, well, by May time, if you have, for example, a job that makes you, let's say, $2,000, $3,000 a month, whether it's, hey, I'm gonna do the solar panel thing, but if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna go back to UPS, or I'm gonna do delivering pizzas. I'm gonna do whatever it takes, whatever job it takes to just earn some money, so then you can
Yeah.
basically, because again, right, this sacrifice right here you're making is just to have money in your pocket until May, because by May time when you
Mhm.
graduate, that's when your real money is gonna come from a legit skill, right? So don't
Mhm.
overthink this. So if you're making $2,000, $3,000, take care of your minimum necessities, meaning you have shelter, utilities, groceries, and transportation, and also help like daycare in this sense. Well, you take care
Mhm.
of those things right there, and all of your extra money left over, it's not for eating out, it's not for vacations. No, it's just literally for paying off debt. So if you manage to in the next 5 months to pay $4,000 towards your student loan debt, great. And by the way, this car, you gotta sell it. You gotta get rid of it. Because even if you get this EMS job and you make $40,000, you're like over half your income on this thing. It's ridiculous. What car do you drive?
It's a 2018 Ford Fusion.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You can just how much is it worth? Do you know?
No, no, I don't.
So go to Kelly's Blue Book, right? It's called Kelly's Blue Book. It's a website that tells you the value of your car according to the marketplace. Find out what
Mm.
the value is, because right now we happen to be in a great market as far as like used car sales. So if the car is worth, for example, let's say $15,000, and you're able to sell it for $15,000, and say you owe, for example, on it like 16,000. How much you owe on it? $22,000 actually. So let's say it's worth 20. You sell it for the same 20, and you're left over $2,000 after you pay off the debt. You get rid of the car. You buy yourself a little beater vehicle in the meantime, a little Corolla or a little Honda, and then you ride along in that. And then your only focus becomes trying to pay off the student loan as fast as possible. When you get into the EMS job, here's the plan. I'm giving it to you right now. Make a budget. Take care of shelter, utilities, grocery, transportation, and if you want to move out, you can if you want to, because you're probably gonna have enough income to actually do it. If you want to stay a little longer, that's fine too. But the first priority is pay off debt using the avalanche method. Pay the debt with the highest APR. Don't use credit cards so you avoid going back into debt into some crazy way. So once the
Mhm.
debt is taken care of, you focus on just saving up for emergencies. But you're doing something here, Moniz, very important. You're not doing anything. You're going to school, you're working towards a skill, and that skill is going to get you some really good income. And with that income, you're going to have a lot more possibilities. But it doesn't have to end there. If you're doing, for example, the EMS thing, but then you also want to take the extra time to maybe learn another skill that can earn you more money, that's also a possibility. But the way you win this game is by keeping your expenses low and using the difference to erase this debt, to save for emergencies after, and then to slowly focus on investing and potentially buying a house. By the way, where do you live?
I live in. You gonna put this online?
No, the state. If you don't want to share it, that's
Uh,
fine. Don't worry. Yeah,
oh,
it's fine.
okay.
Don't share it. It's fine. But yeah, like I was asking because I want to know if like where you live is like an expensive state or not. Is it an expensive state or not?
It's Texas.
Yeah. So yeah,
I
you're
don't think it's expensive because I've been here my whole life. But
yeah. So then you're pretty fine. So yeah, don't overthink this. Don't start drowning. Relax a little, and then whatever you're feeling, write it down on paper, like every single
mm,
problem, every single possibility, and then you start working on just one, and that's it. Okay?
yeah,
You have any more
okay.
questions?
Yeah.
Because I did I do a good job here, or are you still confused?
Um, I'm not confused. It's just I'm looking at the price of the car, and it's about the same as what I bought it for, which is the 22, like the fair market range.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just got the car because my old car, it was unsafe to drive, and it was the only thing I had. And I actually like owned it, but it was totaled like 3 times and had just it was just terrible. And I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out steps to be more financially aware
All right.
for
So
decisions that
first
I
thing
make.
here, right, is I drive a $9,000 Toyota Prius 2014. Is it safer than a 2022 Prius? I don't know, but I would say that it's definitely not nicer than that. What I'm telling you to do is, if you do sell this car, you eliminate $22,000 worth of debt, and you can get yourself, for example, into maybe like a $5,000 car, even if you borrow the money, because this is kind of like I don't want to tell you go into debt, but it's not going into debt because you're kind of just switching the debt over into something less expensive. So if you go into a car that's $5,000, a good decent Toyota Corolla that's not, hasn't been super damaged or anything like that, and is like certified used, then you're good to go. There's no need to justify like a $20,000 car. You can't afford it. It's a nice car, I'm sure it
I see
is.
what you're saying.
I'm sure it's safe, but you still can't afford it. It's not for you. So if you buy, for example, if you sell this car, and then okay, car has been sold, and by the way, you have no income. How are you making these car payments?
I have postponed the payment.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So sell the car, and then you can and then it's gonna be tricky because now you have to qualify for another car loan. But if you buy a car between $5,000 to $7,000, I'm not mad at you. You buy the car, certified used, good condition, checked out by a mechanic, you like it, it's proper, but it doesn't have to be your favorite car, and you definitely don't have to like it. It just has to be able to be reliable and usable. Best reliable brands are Hondas, Toyotas, and Mazdas. Okay? And you get it checked out by a mechanic. But this way, your only focus becomes, for example, on the student loan debt and the smaller amount of $5,000 for this car note, which is a lot easier. Which means when you get this job, your expenses are going to be a lot lower overall. And quick question, when you get this job, are you planning to stay with the family or move out?
Stay with the family.
Okay, so if you're going to stay with the... Go ahead.
Yeah, it's less expensive.
Yeah, so if you're going to stay with the family, less expensive, then you're able to do even a lot more. You got more money coming in, let's say $4,000, $3,000, $3,500 a month, and all that money can be dedicated towards getting rid of this debt. And by that point, you might be looking like, hey, Tommy, I have $30,000 in debt, for example, and I have $2,000 of extra income to dedicate to it per month. You'll be done in like 15 months.
That's relatively short.
Yeah, which is like a year and 3 months.
Yeah.
So it's a sacrifice, but that's how you get there. And then just keep reading too, right? So get the Audible app, you start reading, and slowly you start growing. But don't get overwhelmed or anything like that. You're not in a bad space at all. By May, things are gonna get a lot better for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much like where I'm at. Is the overwhelmed part.
Yeah. When you're overwhelmed, just break things down. You know, when I wanted to make, for example, a certain amount of money, and I would be like, wow, this is a lot of money, I would just break it down and how much would this number be per year, but daily? How much money do I owe, but monthly? How much would I have to pay? Or weekly, how much do I have to pay to actually get it down? So you just break down your problems into increments. And then that way it kind of helps you a lot more. And then just like whatever you can't control, let it go, because you can't change it. You know what I mean? Be a little pissed and a little like bratty for like 5 minutes, but then after that, let it go. If you can't change it, you can't change it. That's it.
Well, I appreciate you taking this call, man.
I appreciate you, and
I don't have any more questions.
that's good, Moniz. And Moniz, by the way, this call is not a one-time thing. So if you want to call back, in a week or two, or whenever you want to call back, feel free to do so. Okay, and welcome to the long-term team.
For sure. Your email, is it still like accessible, or
Don't email me. I never check emails. Just book a call and I'll call you directly. Okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's better.
All right. Peace out, Moniz.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, guys. So that right there was Moniz, man. And I could tell by the sound of her voice and also everything going on in that house and everything she's telling me, it's stressful as heck, yo. It is stressful. You're 24 years old. You got a baby. You got no job. You got a bunch of debt. And you have like no prospects right now. And you're about to start a commission job that you've never done before. And you're stressed. It is stressful. You might feel like you're literally drowning. And that's why my goal for this call, and I was about to cry, honestly, but I tried to hold myself together. But when you think about it, all you have to do is just take your problems, right? analyze them and see what can I do here and what can't I do? What are my solutions? What are my options? And what I love about this girl is that she says, Tommy, I'm illiterate, yo. I don't know anything about this. And when somebody is that honest and that frank with you, like all you can do is want to help that person, right? So shout out to Manice. The problem is not that big at all, man. If your family can help you with the kid, if you can get a job, make an extra few $1,000s to take care of yourself, also your baby, and also pay down some debt, sell this car, buy a little used vehicle. And people justify this ish all the time. People say like, oh, I got a baby now, so I got to buy the super safe car. No, you don't have to at all. All these cars, most of them, like unless it's like from like 1950s, they're solid. They're safe. Okay, so buy a used vehicle, $5,000, $6,000. You get the job, you start rolling around, you start making some extra cash, and then once you're done with this EMS thing, you're making a lot more money. One thing I hate is when people go to college and they don't even know what they're doing, what the prospects are, how much money will you make, what's the point of investing time into something that you have no idea how it's going to pay you. It's ridiculous. So you have to get all these things together. Get it together, okay? But overall, great call and great energy. I'll see you guys next time. If you want to call me on my next one, feel free to do so. The link is down below. All calls, by the way, they're free. And that's why it's free, because I'm able to grab that call, put it here, help more people, and the calls will be free, like forever most likely. So take advantage. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. More content here like always. And here's my face. Long-term team is officially out.